I found your note this morning beside the kitchen light. You only wrote 2 sentences, but somehow they felt right. You said you'd be home early and asked me not to wait. I read the words again before I put them by your plate. The afternoon went slowly. I folded clothes upstairs. Your sweater on the railing still carried something there. I opened up the window. The air was soft and cool, and thought about the evening and sitting here with you. Came in without calling, a little after 6. You brought a bag of apples and some flowers you had picked. You said they weren't expensive. I said I didn't care. Then you placed them in a glass and left them quietly there. Made a simple dinner and talked about the day. You told me what went wrong, then laughed it all away. I watched you cut the bread and brush the crumbs aside. There are nights I hardly notice how happy life can feel inside. The street lights glow. The room was almost silent, and neither wished to go. You rested both your hands around a cup of tea, and every little movement felt familiar to me. I don't need a special evening or somewhere we should be. I like the sound of your footsteps coming home to me. Leave the flowers by the window, leave the dishes till tomorrow. Tonight is small and quiet, and that's enough to know. The house is getting darker, the hour's getting late. Your note is still beside me, near the edge of your plate. I'll keep it there till morning, though there's nothing much to say. Sometimes 2 little sentences can make an ordinary day. You left the hallway light on when you came in from the rain. Your shoes were by the doorway. Your hair was wet again. I brought a towel from the bedroom. You laughed and shook your head, then sat beside the piano and asked me how my day had been. I told you about the market and the crowded afternoon. You listened while I talked, as if there was nowhere else to move. You warmed your hands together, then placed them over mine. The room became much quieter without either of us trying. You found an old photograph inside a drawer nearby. We couldn't name the summer, but we remembered where and why. You said my hair looked different. I said yours did too. Then we laughed about the clothes we once thought looked so good. The rain kept on outside, soft against the window frame. You put the photograph beside us and slowly said my name. There wasn't any question, there wasn't any plan. You only moved a little closer and rested your head against my hand. We made some tea much later and forgot to drink it warm. You wrapped yourself in my sweater while the rain became a storm. I watched you from the piano as you looked out at the street and played a little softer when you turned and smiled at me. The night was nearly over, but neither wanted bed. You spoke about tomorrow and the ordinary things ahead. A little shopping in the morning, a walk if skies are clear. I like the way the future sounds when you are sitting here. Keep the old photograph there. We can look again someday. Maybe we forgot the summer, but not how it felt that way. The hallway light is still on. The rain is almost through, and every quiet room feels warmer when I share the night with you. You came in carrying groceries a little later than you said. There There was bread inside the paper and a flower by its stem. You said they gave it to you at the corner shop today, then placed it in a water glass and smiled and walked away. I helped you put things somewhere, milk and apples on the shelf. You kept talking about nothing while I listened to yourself. There was sunlight in the kitchen, though the evening had begun, and the flower by the window caught the last remaining sun. You asked if I was hungry. I said maybe just a bit. We made something very simple and ate slowly where we sit. You gave me your last tomato, though I knew you wanted half. I pushed it back across the plate, and that was when you laughed. We cleaned the dishes together. You washed and I put away. Your sleeve got wet with water, and you blamed me anyway. I handed you a towel, you threw it back at me, and everything went quiet, as easy as can be. You rested by my side. The flower in the kitchen was leaning toward the light. You asked if I had noticed how warm the evening stayed. I said I hadn't noticed much, except the things you say. The room grew slowly darker. We didn't turn the lamp on yet. You traced a little circle on the back of my left hand. There was nothing to explain, nothing waiting to be done. Just two people sitting quietly after an ordinary day. Tomorrow when I wake up, that flower will still be there, a little thing you carried home without a thought or care. Maybe that's what stays with me when bigger things are gone, the smallest signs of tenderness we never planned upon. You were standing in the kitchen, cutting peaches by the sink. I came in without a sound and watched you for a little while. You turned and saw me smiling, then offered me a piece. The morning had been busy, but the evening felt at ease. We carried everything outside to the little balcony, 2 plates and 2 small glasses, and your chair beside me. The air was warm and quiet, the rooftops caught the light. You said the day felt longer than it should have felt tonight. A neighbor watered flowers somewhere underneath. A bicycle went slowly along the narrow street. You pointed at the sunset and asked if I could see a little cloud above the houses turning gold behind the trees. We talked about the weekend, maybe somewhere we could walk, then forgot about the planning and just continued with our talk. You told me something small that happened on your way. I don't remember all the words, I remember how you stayed. Table and brushed a crumb away. You caught my hand and kept it without anything to say. The city lights came slowly, one by one below. We stayed there on the balcony with nowhere else to go. Peaches tasted sweeter, or maybe it was you, making an ordinary evening feel quietly new. We brought the glasses inside and left the window wide. You stood beside the piano while I switched off the Still I know I'll think of this one when the nights begin in September. You came home a little early. I heard your key inside the door. I was standing by the window, watching rain fall on the floor. You put your bag beside the table and looked at me that quiet way. I hadn't planned on saying much, but I was glad you came. You opened up the curtains, though the evening had gone gray. Then you stood there for a moment, like you had nowhere else to stay. I poured a little coffee, you warmed your hands around the cup, and all the noise outside the room somehow wasn't loud enough. You told me about the traffic and the woman at the store, about a dog outside the bakery you had never seen before. I smiled at all the details, the little things you always bring. I like the way an ordinary day becomes worth listening. Your hair was slightly dampened from the rain along the street. You took your shoes off by the doorway and curled your legs beneath the seat. No candles and no music, no reason to pretend. Just evening moving slowly with my favorite person there. Turned to silence, but the silence felt just right. You rested near my shoulder while the windows caught the light. I could hear the brushes softly somewhere far behind the keys, but mostly there was your breathing and the piano next to me. We stayed there without talking until the rain began to slow. You said we should make dinner, I said we didn't have to go. You smiled and took my hand, as if the answer had been clear. I like an ordinary evening, when an ordinary you is here. You were already awake when I came into the room. The curtains were half open to a pale and quiet moon. You had a book beside you, but you weren't reading now. You looked at me and smiled like you had been waiting somehow. I sat down near the window and pulled the blanket tight. You asked if I was cold. I said a little bit tonight. You moved a little closer without making any sound, and the room felt warmer with your shoulder next to mine. Talked about the morning and what we had to do. A letter to be posted, a few small things to buy. You said we'd make some breakfast if we woke before 9. I said that sounded perfect, and you put your hand in mine. The street below was empty, except a taxi passing slow. Its lights moved on the ceiling, then disappeared below. You watched them for a moment and rested back again. There are nights that feel like nothing until I think of them. Watching how your fingers rested lightly on my hand. You said I looked too serious. I smiled and looked away. Then you leaned a little closer and stayed there anyway. The moon moved past the window. The room grew darker still. Neither of us reached the lamp, and neither of us will. You closed your eyes beside me while I listened to the night. There was nowhere else I wanted, and nothing to make right. In the morning, we'll be moving through another ordinary day. Kitchen and hurry on our way. But tonight is slow and quiet, and I want to leave it so. Just your hand inside my hand, and nowhere else to go. You were standing by the doorway, trying to find your other shoe. I was holding both our coats and quietly watching you. You laughed and said, I'm waiting. I said, we had all night. Then you finally found it underneath the little chair. We walked without a reason past the houses down the street. The air was cool around us, and your hand was warm in mine. You stopped beside a window filled with cakes and little lights. We didn't buy a single thing, we only stayed outside. Went slowly past us, almost empty on its way. Someone closed the balcony door at the ending of the day. You told me you were tired, but didn't want to turn around. So we kept walking softly without making much sound. We found a little bench underneath an old street tree. You rested close beside me and leaned your head on me. There wasn't much to look at, just the pavement and the light. But somehow sitting there with you felt like enough tonight. You're glad we stayed out late. I told you I was thinking exactly the same thing. Sometimes nothing happening is my favorite kind of evening. We hung our coats together and left our shoes below. You went to make some tea while I turned the hallway low. Then you came back carrying 2 cups between your hands and sat beside the piano like you always understand. Tomorrow we'll walk somewhere, or maybe stay inside. Maybe rain will fill the windows, maybe we'll see evening light. I don't need to know the answer or make a perfect plan. I only like these quiet hours when you're holding my hand. Your coffee's getting colder. Mine has been for quite a while. You sit across the table with that quiet little smile. The rain is on the window, the street is almost still. I don't need much tonight, just stay here if you will. Your jacket's on the chair now, your keys are by the door. You tell me about your morning like you've done 1,000 times before. I listen to the small things, the ones nobody knows. The way you hold the cup, the way your soft voice slows. You lean a little closer, and the whole room settles down. We don't need a big occasion, we don't need to leave this town. There is something warm and simple in spending time with you. Nothing loud and nothing perfect, just the little things we do. The clock is moving slowly past another quiet hour. You reach across the table and your hand falls into mine. Nothing has to happen, nothing has to change. I like the way this evening feels familiar and strange. Tomorrow will be busy, the morning comes too soon. There'll be traffic in the daylight and people filling every room. But here beneath the soft light, there's nowhere else to be. You take another little sip and look across at me. Leave your jacket on the chair, leave the dishes where they are. We can clean them in the morning when the sun replaces stars. Stay another minute before we turn the light. I like this quiet little life when you're here with me tonight. You were reading by the window with your glasses in your hand. I was trying not to disturb you, but you looked up where I stand. You moved a little closer and made some room for me. The evening felt so simple, the way I hoped it would be. There was music from the neighbors, very faint behind the wall. Someone laughed out in the hallway, then the building became still. You turned another page and rested near my side. I watched the light grow softer as the daylight left the sky. asked what you were reading. You said you'd tell me soon, then pointed through the window at the rising little moon. We talked about the weather and what we'd cook tomorrow. Nothing very important, nothing touched by sorrow. You put the book beside you and stretched your tired hands. I brought another blanket without you having asked. You smiled and pulled it closer, then leaned against my arm. The room was getting colder, but somehow we were The clock moved into evening. The street below grew quiet. You said we should turn in, but neither of us tried it. We stayed beside the window, watching headlights come and go, talking in low voices about things we both already know. You finally closed the curtains and carried both our cups. I switched the little lamp off, then followed when you stood. You reached your hand behind you without turning back to see, and I knew exactly where you wanted me to be. Some nights are made of nothing, no plans and nowhere new. A book beside the window, a quiet hour with you. Maybe that's the reason I remember them the most. The smallest parts of living are the ones I hold the closest. You were folding up the newspaper at the end of the day. I was putting cups away when you asked me not to rush. You moved your chair beside me and rested both your hands. I turned the kitchen light down and stayed there where I am. You told me about a window you saw on your way home, with little yellow curtains and flowers growing below. You said it made you wonder who lived behind the glass. I said I liked imagining a life as quiet as that. The last small biscuit left inside the tin. You broke broke it into pieces and pushed the larger half to me. I told you it was yours. You smiled and shook your head. It's funny how a tiny thing can say what isn't said. The room was almost silent, except the clock nearby. A car moved down the street, then disappeared into the night. You stretched your feet beneath the table and touched the edge of mine. Neither one of us moved away for quite a little time. You asked me if I'm happy. I didn't answer right away. Not because I had to think, but because I like the way you waited without asking and looked me in the eyes. I said I like our evenings. You said that's a good reply. We left the cups together for tomorrow by the sink. You checked that door was locked while I turned off everything. Then halfway down the hallway, you reached behind for me. Your fingers found my fingers as naturally as can be. Maybe somewhere there's a window with yellow curtains too, and someone sitting quietly at a table made for two. I don't know who is living there or what their evenings bring, but I know this little room with you is enough of everything.